Welcome everyone back to the show. I thought because this week we have the big Miss USA competition coming up on a random Thursday. Lame. We're going to talk about the Miss USA pageant, which for the first time in the longest time. Do you remember it being on Thursday, Lauren? Oh, by the way, we have my special guest, Lauren Simpson, back
Hello.
to talk about it because we're going to do our top 5 for Miss USA.
Yeah, I'm excited.
So, do you recall it being on Thursday?
I do not.
Okay.
I don't know about this Thursday stuff.
Well, I can only assume this is a fallout of what happened with Miss America because everything's based on selling ads. So, I'm really upset that we're not getting the Sunday show that it deserves. I just hope that Miss America doesn't fall into that category, but we won't know until they announce the time for Miss America, but that's not going to happen until September.
Well, we don't even know where Miss America is going to be at the moment.
Well, I think they have at least one more year in Atlantic City. No, they don't. Are you sure about that? Okay. Well, see, that's why we have a guest to talk about the top 5 for USA. Now, again, the other really thing that's troubling me personally, because as you guys already know, and you should if you haven't listened to the show enough, I'm a big USA America person, so I hold both of those pageants very highly. This year, their national title is going to be competed and won in the great city of Nevada, but it's not in Las Vegas. It's in the small city called Reno. And no disrespect to anyone who lives in Reno, but it's definitely the second city of Nevada. So it would have been nice if they went back to Vegas. It's definitely a step up to compare to what they were a couple last year, where they were in a small little college town. But it would have been so nice if they went to Vegas. But beggars can't be choosers. Do we have any opinion on that, Lauren?
I think that I'm glad it's in Nevada. I think that's good. Getting back to West Coast, always a good thing. But honestly, I think the girls are just really excited that they now have a location and they know where they're competing, and that just the energy is high and everybody's excited for the competition and they're ready to go. So that's what I'm excited for, see these girls compete.
So you wouldn't personally be upset if that was your year and you had to compete in just a small city like that for one of the biggest titles in the world and have it on a random Thursday night?
Personally, for me,
just seems weird
if
me.
I was going to Miss USA, I would just be excited to be competing in Miss USA. So honestly, in my personal stance, I wouldn't be really that upset where it was or if it was held. Honestly, for me, it could be on the streets. I don't care. Well, I would just be competing in Miss USA, and I'd be just so excited to be able to do that. So, but I think it's different for girls that have been competing for years and years, and I'm excited for this moment and want it to be in this big town. But for me, not being somebody that's been through the system, I feel like I would just be exhilarated just to be competing at all.
Yeah, I absolutely understand that. I guess I'm being the old person in the room, being like, holding, like, I think pageants are sports.
Yeah.
So when you have a national title, you want to have it in the most prestigious place. So an example, when you go to the Super Bowl, they don't do the Super Bowl, no disrespect, in a cold climate. They wouldn't do it in New England because it would snow, right? They do it in Miami, or they do it now in Los Angeles. So it's sad to me, but I understand from people that just want to compete, like Lauren. She just wants the opportunity. But for someone who's someone like myself who's looking at the history and the statistics behind it, I just hope that it's not the norm. And it's just it's a blimp on the screen that we get back to Sunday, because I think Sunday, in front of the big lights on one of the biggest TV nights. TV is still big. I mean, for for someone who's in their 20s, just coming to the 20s, TV's still big. And so, do you still think TV's a large thing, right? Like,
TV is a large thing. It isn't the largest anymore. I definitely feel like there are other platforms that are exceeding TV or as popular as TV. Definitely YouTube would be up there. And I think a lot of views and recaps are going to be on YouTube, and a lot of people are going to be watching from there as well if they're not going to be able to be at that live, watching live on TV. But for people that are really into pageants and into the pageant world, I know that there are going to be a lot of people watching this year at the USA competition.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it is the 2 nights of the year. If you're a pageant person, you watch Miss America and you watch Miss USA. Plain and simple. Oh, and let's not disregard Miss Universe either, because Miss Universe is definitely, but at least in the United States, the 2 big ones are America and USA. And then for our super pageant friends, Universe, of course, is on the list. So, I mean, most people think that Universe is more of the Super Bowl, and the World Series is more comparative. But I think either way, they're still. So, now that we got my little beef off the table, I thought it'd be fun, and I would really love to get the audience opinion on this. We're going to have like a private group that I'm going to put in the on the notes section of the actual episode. We're going to release this a week before, and you can join a group, and then the night of the competition, you can actually chat with us if you guys want to. We'd love to get your guys' top 5. So we base this solely on our own opinions. Lauren has not spoken to any of them, so I'd really love to get her opinion. I've spoken to a couple of the contestants, so I have a couple of personal opinions on it, but we're basically basing it on what we think are the best photos. So,
yeah, this is strictly on headshots.
Right.
Not about other girls at all. So I personally don't know. I only know personally one contestant. But other than that, I had known nothing. I'm just strictly basing on headshots.
And that's why I think this is so much fun. So
yeah.
we can really judge and see if we are right or wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to just base it that traditionally you have a top 5. So let's go. I'm going to give ladies first. And why don't you give me one person for your top 5?
Are we going to start at the 5 or start at 1?
No. Because I didn't assume you rated them. Why don't you just tell me what you think would be one of your top 5?
One of my top 5 is definitely, I think, Texas.
Okay. Now, I would agree with that very much. I think that if you're just basing on her photo, Texas is a standout. I've watched her conduct a couple of live streams, and she's done a really good job of managing the and delegating. So she probably will be good on camera. What do you think about that? What do you think? What did you get from her photo? Because her photo is just absolutely stunning. But I mean, that's almost everyone. But hers pops off the screen.
I definitely think that. And honestly, I'm just going to talk about, since I do makeup a lot, I'm going to talk about the makeup as well. I think that they really did a great job highlighting her face and showing her structure of her face really well. The shadow underneath her chin is like perfect. It's not too strong. It's not weird. I think that looks really well. I would have liked to see maybe a little bit more like glam on the collarbone or the her upper chest and neck, since there's no jewelry, there's nothing crazy. It's very simple, simplistic, nude lip, a soft smile. I would have liked to see maybe a little more glam and like maybe the collarbone, like a highlight on the collarbone, but I think the sleek, natural look of this headshot really stands out among the other contestants, and I really like the style, and whoever did this headshot did a really good job.
Now, have you not noticed that's the style this year? This like natural kind of nude lip kind of the Maryland contestant Mariella, she has that natural that look too. And a lot of the contestants from Miss Texas specifically, she could have gone the traditional big hair look, but she totally went 360 the other direction, really simple, has the hair on one side. And I love Lauren's breakdown of her makeup. So
yeah, and I hope she takes this style that she has in her headshot throughout the whole competition, because I really think it's going to stand her out and show her natural beauty throughout it.
Well, seeing that Lauren took one of my top 5, I'm going to just pass it back up to her and actually let her pick and tell us what her second top 5 person was. So
my second was Utah, which I think her headshot is absolutely gorgeous. I think. Let me get to her on my phone.
As we pull up Utah, Utah was not in my top 5. So, in your opinion, what really draw you to Utah?
Utah, and let me get to her real fast.
Sure.
Okay. Utah. First off, she is one of the shorter contestants in the pageant, meaning she just kind of breaks the stereotype as it is, where you have to be tall, you have to have these legs for days, blah, 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 all this for a USA contestant. I think she breaks that stereotype, and she really shows that if you're, honestly, if you're gorgeous, you're confident, and you know what you're doing, and you're and you go into this competition prepared that you can win and you can get the title. And I love her boyfriend actually does her. Don't quote me on this. I think her boyfriend did her headshot and her makeup for this, and he's a makeup artist, and he is awesome. Her and him traveled to Miss Universe this past year to watch, and we're in the country for a while. But her eyes in this are gorgeous. The simplicity of the makeup, I think. She just has her, honestly, how they highlighted her eyes in this and just have them pop and be the focus of the photo is just honestly incredible, and just very simplistic makeup, defining her eyebrows, really concentrating more of the glam on her foundation and her contour, and really giving that chiseled, bronzed, glowy look really helps her out, and definitely getting that natural look. But how she's posed and the curled hair, it kind of gives it that more glamorous, more pageant styled look compared to Texas. So you're really seeing that more pageant styled headshot, especially with the shoulder being front of the photo, very her collarbone being another focus. But then again, that natural glam that she's pulling off
her
this photo.
Photo is much more what I would have thought Texas would have shot.
Yeah.
And it's totally like a role reversal that her photo specifically is much more what Texas would have been. And then Texas did this one simple. So, it's nice to see that they're not playing to just normal, that's what you live in Texas, you live in Wyoming, blah, blah, blah. You have to do that type of style to win. So, all right. So you gave a really strong opinion for your second. And just to follow up, who was your second again?
Utah.
Okay. So my second is going to be West Virginia.
West Virginia.
So
Woo-woo.
West Virginia is a gorgeous, beautiful black young lady.
Let's look.
Very, very tall. She has a very unique bone structure in her face. She's just, when you look at her, she's one of those people, if you just want to stare at, she's just very, and she gives you a very warm opinion, very open. And I think that the way the competition is, I think that she's got a good opportunity, because they do at USA, you have to have a stereotype. You have to have at least one or two of each demographic to fill in. And I think that she would definitely be the person in the African-American community that would definitely do well in the top 5. What do you think?
I think she'd do.
I'd love to get your opinion on the makeup too.
Yeah, from looking at her headshot, I think whoever did her makeup Did it very well. The skin match, especially with darker skin tones, it's kind of hard to get that color match sometimes. So it's not too of a red tone or not too dark on her skin. I think the color match is really pretty, and showing kind of the outfit and her personal style in the headshot as well was really pretty, but getting that sophisticated, kind of simple, sleek look with it as well. It's a very dynamic photo. The only thing I would have liked would have been, because her nail shows in it, I would have wished there was probably a nude or a nude color, because it kind of distracts. Personally, if I'm analyzing the whole photo, it kind of distracts from it. So that would be my only critique, but that's just me being super nitpicky about it. But other than that, I think it's a very gorgeous headshot. I think it's composed very well, and shows a lot of her personality.
Okay, so we're up to number 3. So who would be number 3 in your top 5?
My number 3 is going to be Louisiana.
Louisiana. Okay.
Yes. Let's look at her. I need to.
Now, she was not on my list.
Mm-hmm.
So what makes her stand out to you?
Louisiana, let me pull her up, because I know I just had her. I'm being annoying. I'm sorry. Hold on.
No.
Hold on. Here it is. Okay. Louisiana, I feel like she definitely kind of stands out from the other girls. One, because she's not a blonde and blue-eyed, first of all. And she's not blonde and blue-eyed. She has her green eyes are really popping out. I love that.
Does it look like they shot that on like with brick in the background?
Yeah, it's not a natural. It's not white background. It looks like kind of the studio in the background, or kind of like outside look, which is really pretty. I think it's a natural top. There's no extra jewelry or hair, or jewelry. She has a lot of hair, not hair, jewelry or like a necklace or anything like that, or earrings. So there's nothing.
They didn't cut it a little higher. Like they're showing a lot of boob there, which for USA I guess is normal, but like, you know, I would have thought it would have been a little higher cut on the show, but I don't. You know, I guess for USA. If it was America, that would totally been too much. So
yeah, I definitely agree. It would have been too much for America, but with USA, you have a lot more leeway of showing more sexiness and more femininity, I would say. Probably not my best word choice, but femininity, and like kind of showing that sexiness in the headshot that you wouldn't really be able to do in the Miss America. But I think it's gorgeous. Her hair is so gorgeous in this. It's like textured, it's curled, it's looks beautiful. Flowy. It's so pretty.
I'm concerned if that was too photoshopped, but it looks very
really.
Yeah, but I'm looking off your phone from about 2 inches away, so
I don't think so. I think it's really pretty. I think it's very well done.
Okay.
I don't think anything looks too smooth. Her makeup looks really good. I would have.
One of the things that I've really done is on my picks, I didn't really prepare Lauren, so
me either. No preparation.
So I've actually watched a couple of the videos, so I've kind of fallen in love with the people I think they're going to win. So I haven't looked at other candidates, so like we said, our SKUs are a little biased.
Yes, they're very biased just from headshots. I do not know any of these girls. I don't know what they stand for. My top 5 is going to change right when they all walk on stage. So But
that's normal in life. I mean, this is a competition. It's based on looks. I mean, I really disagree when people say it's a beauty contest. So especially USA.
Can I, before we continue, just kind of a little Easter egg, but like someone I don't think is in the top 5, but I definitely love the headshot is Maine. Maine with the black and white headshot is just coming for blood in the headshot community.
Well, let's pull it up so we can talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah, like, let me see.
You know, you can't just throw that out there and then and not. Okay. You know,
one of the only black and whites with the contestant headshots.
Have you seen a black and white? Because I mean, I'll fully admit I've been doing pageants for about 10 years. I haven't seen a black and white, so
I think it's awesome.
No. I'm just saying, like, submitted as the official headshot.
Yeah.
That's not norm. So, but that's
It's not
awesome.
normal, but I think it's really a good.
No.
Whoever decided black and white for a team.
So, what is
Applause
her, what
to
do
you.
What do you think her natural hair color is? Because now we can't. Do you think she's a blonde? What do you think she's?
I think she's kind of a dirty blonde.
Okay.
That's my guess. Dirty blonde hair for Maine, Lexi.
Okay.
What is your next pick for your top 5, Paul?
My next pick is Virginia.
Virginia. Ooh,
Now,
Virginia.
I've actually met Virginia.
Okay.
And Virginia is super, super tall. And she is that typical girl that has won USA several times. Super tall, very elegant. She's in the military, so they're gonna eat her up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they're gonna fall. I mean, based on just statistics on what the people they look for, they look for some. So if they're looking for the same type of person, I think Virginia easily will make the top 15 and easily make the top 5 just based on that. So
yeah, I agree.
I mean, just
on
to
her
the
background, I think
her
it's going
background
to
is
take her.
it's
It's going to take her top 15 for sure.
And on top of it, with her being so tall, she is ridiculously tall, and she's a sweetheart. She's such a sweetheart.
I think she'll definitely get through swim and evening gown easily. I think it's going to be a deciding factor after evening gown if she'll get cut or if she'll go through to question round. It just honestly, after that, I think it depends on her interview and how that ended for her. But I definitely think I definitely could see her doing top 10, definitely in top 10, questionable about top 5, but I wouldn't be surprised if she did get top 5.
So, as our registered makeup artist, what do you think of her makeup on the shot, her headshot?
I like it. I think her eyes pop really well in it. I don't know if I would have.
See, this is what we love about is that we get someone that's never seen the photo and she can just be like real straight with it. So if it's a little bit of a pause, that means she's like really trying to give her straight up honest opinion. You know, when people just like literally spew out something, that means they literally don't know what to say. So
yes, she has a bigger lips, and I'm so glad they didn't do a darker lip, and I'm so glad that wasn't the focus of this photo. It was her lips, because her lips are already big, so you're gonna notice them, and I'm glad they didn't do a darker color because of the fact that we don't want that to be the attention. I think the Ivory Girl's eyes really should be the focus of a photo, and her having green eyes and competing with her lips. Whoever did her makeup, thank you for not giving her a dark lip. And I would have.
But I think that big lip might be Photoshop because in person she doesn't look like. I mean, I don't like it. Her lips they're like glaring, so they could be. That could be They could have in that photo. They could have plumped them a little bit. But
yeah, I wish they didn't do that because I think she has now beautiful. She has beautiful features.
I personally find her features to be very natural.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it goes with her personality because she comes off so personable.
I almost would have smoked out the lash line just a little bit more. Just to darken. I would have darkened her outer corner just a little bit more and just gave it that super smoky look. The hair is really natural. It looks very tossed. Kind of that natural.
Well, that's what it was.
She reminds me of Angelina Jolie in this photo.
Well, that's what I was saying. This year's photos are totally different compared to the last couple of years. They're really going for a more natural look.
I would have darkened up just around. I would have darkened up her lower lash line all the way through, and I would have smoked out her outer corner just a little bit more to give her that smoky look, especially in this photo that she picked. That would have been the only thing I changed. Other than that, whoever did her makeup did a really great job. I think it looks really good. Yeah, I probably would have maybe highlighted a little bit more, just like to give her maybe just that glow of highlight, maybe from center of her nose or tip of her nose, or maybe right on the Cupid's bow. Other than that, I think it's a really well done headshot, makeup wise.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
All right, so we're now up to your fourth pick. So
My
what is your fourth pick?
Fourth pick is going to be the beautiful South Dakota.
South Dakota. Now, that wasn't on my pick, so please, let's give us a rundown of South Dakota.
South Dakota, I think it's a very well.
I love her earrings.
I love her earrings. I think they're so pretty. I want them. Can I have those? South Dakota, can I
have
please
to
have your
say,
earrings?
Photographers out there, if you're doing pageant photography, please get your earring game down, dude, because earrings are so important. And when you have the right set of earrings on the bright girl, it just kills the photo. It really does.
Yeah, and
what do you think, Lauren?
So one thing I'm really glad they didn't do in this, I'm so glad they did a very blended look. They didn't make it too bold in the eyes. I'm glad they kind of, if the attention was in the bottom lash line, so they really pulled focus right there to open her eyes more, especially olive skin tones, girls that aren't white or aren't black, that are either Hispanic, Asian, all that. Giving it that natural look, concentrating on the contour of their cheekbones and the definition of their face, I think was really good. And I think how they did this photo, that blended look, highlighting not anything too crazy, just a little bit of blush, not killing you with the pink in the cheeks, a natural lip with that shine, not a matte lip, I think is really gorgeous.
I like that she's not tilting her head. She's not doing, like, most people tilt their head left or right. She's looking right in the camera.
Yeah.
It's a very bold statement, because when you do that, you do stick out your ear, your ears, you stick out your nose, your eyes. Sometimes you get a flash on your forehead a little bit. But it actually works for her, and she's holding up her hand with her. She has her hand underneath of her, underneath
and I think
her jaw,
the hand is well done too, because a lot of people can't, like, when they do their hand, it's just awkward, it looks misplaced. But I think how she did it's very elegant, very poised, very confident. She knows what she was doing, and I think that shows a lot in this photo.
All right. So, anything else you want to say about your pick number 4?
No, I think her headshot's really pretty. I think she's going to do really well, especially because I don't know what her ethnicity is. I really wish I did. But
So, my pick number 4 is I had definitely had a solid 4, but I didn't know exactly what my 5th one was going to be. But I decided on Wisconsin. Now,
let's look.
As you know, most of the girls that I pick are light-skinned girls. But I think you guys will be happily pick on my last pick. But there's something about Wisconsin that really popped out there. Just a nice, really beautiful, wholesome girl, middle of America. And I think from based on what they're picking, based on Miss America, the year before, and then the current girl that is Miss USA, they're going for that middle of America, and it's just something that looked very wholesome and very. So what do you think, Lauren?
Honestly, your classic headshot, pageant headshot.
Do you think it's not going to stand out, or do you think it's too?
I personally don't think it's going to stand out. It's very what I'm used to, what I've seen before.
Well, how would you change it up? Would you add a bigger earring? Because I was thinking a bigger earring.
No, actually, I wish I would have changed the earring. The tassels are in, but it, like, blends into her hair. Like, it's kind of just, I can't really see it, which I wish if she was going to do this headshot, I would have wished that she would have given me, like, a rhinestone, a shinier earring. Makeup-wise, lips are good. Makeup application is good. The style of which they did it, I disagree with. Her contour should have been, like, a notch higher. I think her contour is too low for her face, especially because she's showing the side of her face. I wish they raised it up a little bit more.
My only beef with the photo is that they cut it. It's so long, so I would have shortened it a little bit. But I think what the photographer and the contestant were thinking is, I want to show off my long hair.
Yeah.
Because do you think she's got one of the longest set of hair? Because
probably,
it looks like,
but some other girls probably have long hair too, but the cut of the photo just doesn't show it.
see, but this, because they still have a bikini competition, she might slay it in the bikini. She gets in, if she makes a top 15, she gets to do bikini. That hair might help her. So we'll see.
We'll see, yeah. But does hair really, for me, I've never really.
If it makes you feel more
noticed.
confident, I mean, when it comes to cheerleading, hair plays a major role. So.
Yeah, that's different for, I think, cheerleading, but
when you walk down the aisle,
I mean, in Nebraska, Sarah Rose Summer, she slayed that middle part straight hair last year.
I'm not saying that for everyone, but for some people, hair is really important.
Yeah, I definitely.
I mean,
think
there wouldn't be a hair club for men if hair was important.
Yeah, I really wish they would have done a more natural look on the eyes, or like. What kind of bothers me is they just smoked out the bottom lash line so much for her eyes. It would have been just for this headshot. I just don't like it. I think the makeup itself is it's beautiful. Just, I wish they would have held back with, I wish they held back a little bit with the darkness on the lower lash line.
Yeah,
that's all.
they could have really lightened it up if they add a little bit of color either on under her eye or put some color on her upper eyelid.
I honestly wish they added a peach tone blush to this and raised up the contour. Those two would have given like 3 more points to this headshot for me, kind of making it a little bit more well done. Competitively with the other headshots, I don't think it's the best. But overall, I mean, these are all beautiful girls, beautiful headshots.
Oh, yeah.
But if we're comparing and it's the end, it's competition.
Literally, we're competing. We're nitpicking with the people that are the most beautiful people in the world. So
exactly, yeah.
So that said, what is your number 5 and your last pick?
Number 5 is going to be the beautiful Miss Maryland. I love this headshot. It shows confidence, shows poise. It shows what, at the end of the day, they're going.
So going back to the last photo that you were talking about,
yes.
You don't think her eyes are too dark?
No, I really don't. Big thing with her is that, because I've done makeup for her in the past, her she is a little bit more of a hooded eye. So how they did it, they just did one color throughout the eye, blended it out, a very kind of contoured color. So they used close to the same color for contour that she did with her eyes. Highlighted the inner corner of her eyes so they open. I think it's honestly beautiful. Her eyelashes stand out. They're not covered. They aren't. Her hair is gorgeous. It's very. It's not too curled. It's very messy, and the textured background just makes her stand out so much. I love it.
I won't disagree. They picked whatever the background she's in front of she killed it. I won't disagree with that.
And it shows off just the classiness, but sexy. She's not showing too much. She's not.
No, that photo could have been America.
It could have been,
yeah,
and I think something that's
totally conservative.
A headshot that's diverse is a headshot that will win, for sure.
Right, but
a headshot that you can take to a hospital and a headshot that you can take to a red carpet.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
No. But remember, the headshot isn't gonna necessarily win you.
I know.
It just gets you. It gets you a date. Now you gotta finish the game.
Yeah, so. But I think the composition of this headshot, I think whoever did her makeup did an amazing job. They did her lips amazing. How they contoured her lips, makeup, highlight in the center of the lips is gorgeous.
The makeup is spot on.
Oh, the makeup is whoever did her makeup did a absolutely amazing job and killed it.
Kudos who did.
Yeah, but the composition of this headshot really stands out to me, especially with this textured background. It makes her stand out. It makes me want to look at her.
Okay. Anything else you want to say for Marilyn? Because you just I think you want to marry her. So.
You know what, Marielle? I love you, girl.
So, my pick for top 5 for number 5 will be New Mexico.
New Mexico. Let's
Now,
give her a little look-see.
She's got that, in my opinion, a little bit of Asian, a little bit of Mexican, very tall and skinny look. They have been bringing her to New York to use for a lot of modeling. She's very poised. She might even have some Asian in her. She's just got, she's really, really polite.
So have you met her?
I've spoken to her several
nice.
times. I think competing with Texas and Virginia, she's the if we're gonna do top 3 from the top 5, she's number 1, following Virginia and Texas. And I think honestly, it could be with any of those 3, but I think she's she's so modest that she won't even concede that it's possible. So, what's your opinion on makeup? Because I'd love to break down makeup, Lauren.
Her makeup,
What do you think overall? What do you think of the photo? What do you think?
I think the photo is really pretty. I think it shows off her features, her big eyes, her smaller nose, she has a bigger lower lip. The contour is really pretty. Eyebrows, slayed her eyebrows to the gods. Whoever did her eyebrows just needs a round of applause. But earrings, they're not too. I kind of wish they showed off the earring that was closer to the front, her right side of her face, or her left side, but the right in the photo.
The right in the photo, right.
Yeah, but
so you think they should have blown it out a little bit more?
I wish they opened. I wish I just saw the earring a little bit more. That's it. But other than that, I think this photo is really pretty. It kind of reminds me of kind of the pose Miss Utah did. Just a different style. I almost wish I could see her more natural and glowy in a bronzier look. But for her overall headshot, I really do like this. I like how her eyes are pronounced. Her eyebrows are bold. Lip is more mauve-y and not as neutral as the other headshots. I really like the headshot and how what they did. It's very USA.
Okay. So, I know I didn't prepare you, but you do have a top 5. So, can you at least tell me your top 3 from your top 5?
Oh, top 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, as she decides, because I put her on the hot burner, I'm going to again follow up with my thoughts. So, again, I think it's a toss-up between Texas and Virginia for second, which they call first runner-up in pageant world if you're not in the pageant lingo yet. And I think the winner this year is going to be New Mexico. So, but I don't think it's out of the realm that those 3 people could rotate. So Texas could win, Virginia could win. But I think at this point, I'm very confident to say that I think based on height, personality, photogenic, humble, being very humble, that New Mexico will be the one winning. So, did I stall enough for you that you can make a...
Yeah. So my top 3 is going to be 3rd, Louisiana.
Okay.
2nd, Texas. And then number 1, Maryland.
Okay.
I think that is my top 3. I think they both. But at the end of the day, all these girls are gorgeous. All these girls are well deserving of the job, the Miss USA title. And I'm so excited to see who our new Miss representative for the USA is at Miss Universe this upcoming year.
And as I mentioned, I'm gonna have a private Facebook group, and I'm gonna put it in the bio information below. And Lauren and I will be in there. We're going to try to convince some of our other pageant sisters. Hopefully Miss Maryland, America will chime in her opinion on it as well. And maybe we can get some former USA contestants. Maybe I'll get Taylor. We can get Taylor to chime in. Please give us your top 5. Give us some comments and what you think and how you think the competition is going to go. And please tell us how crappy we did on our top 5 after the competition.
Yeah, I'm not. We'll see what happens. I'm probably just gonna shake my head on how bad I did. But honestly, these girls are so beautiful. I'm so excited to watch and to see who is our next representative for the USA.
Well, thanks for coming on the show for a second time, Lauren.
Yeah,
and
of course.
I think this was so much fun. We'll definitely, what
The
we did.
funnest.
Yeah, absolutely. As everyone knows, this show's all about pageants, modeling, photography, videography. So we're definitely going to do this for major events. So Golden Globes, the Oscars. So the next big one on the list that will be coming up will be Miss America. So if our lovely co-host here is not Miss Maryland and competing, she will definitely be here to break down our top 5 winners. So
Yes.
how do you think about that?
I would love to come.
I mean,
back.
I hope you're not here because that means you're actually competing.
Yeah. We'll
So
see
that-
what happens.
So let's things say pot. But if they just happen to make the wrong decision, then I would love to have you back.
Yes,
So,
I would love to come back.
so thanks for coming.
Yeah.